if I hold What is up, everyone? Fish Shop Matt here once again. Actually at my home today rather than in work, which is a nice change. Actually, I suppose I've done a few videos from home now, but yeah. I'll be honest, I was sat here. It's raining, it's windy, it's horrible. The dogs are asleep on the sofa behind me and really don't want to go out for a walk. And I was a bit bored. So, the other day, long story, but the other day, walking through town, saw in a second-hand shop this. Now it's a bit grubby because obviously it was in a second-hand shop, but it's quite a decent size. And I have never done a bowl before. I have never scaped a bowl, so I was quite interested. It cost me like next to nothing. I think it cost me like £10 or something like that. So it was really cheap, and I thought I'd have a bit of a play and see if I can scape it. The other thing I had, which I've had for quite a while, which I bought for another project, but I think I'm going to use it on this one, is the ONF Flat Nano, which is the really cool little fancy light unit from ONF. So I'm going to use that one, I think, on the bowl. I've not sized it up properly. I haven't done a review on this yet. I'm going to, promise, but it might be running on my bowl by the time I do a review. So you might not get an unboxing on it, but you'll get a review of it at some point. Now what I'm thinking for this is black lava stone, black sand, and then with the ONF light unit and how good those light units are. I've seen them running. I've never had one myself, but I've seen them running. With how good they are, I'm thinking like lots of oranges and sort of red plants. So I'm thinking Ratalas, I'm thinking maybe like Alternanthera. I'm not thinking it, I bought them today. So I was planning to do this maybe in the next week, but because it's rainy, I'm going to do it tonight. That's enough waffling, isn't it? Let's have a play and see what we can build. So in all honesty, I'm not too sure what on earth I'm doing with regards to recording a build video. That's why I thought I'd start off small, because I do want to do my big 300-litre cube on the channel at some point, and I'll be honest, I don't want to mess that one up. So I think if I get ready and get used to this one, then we should be good for the build video. So it probably comes as no surprise that I'm going to be using the MD method. Got a little audience going on over there. Look, they're really thrilled by me building a bowl. But yeah, we're going to go for the MD method. Just dropped my bag on the floor, but we're going to put some gravel in. So I'm going to slope this up at the back, make sure that we've got a nice base layer in the bottom there to build my structure up with. Like I was saying, I'm hopefully going with like maybe some lava stone and maybe some black sand and then some really nice orange and red plants in there. So we're going to get that in. Let's build that up. Let's get the base layer in. Then I can have a look at getting some actual, well, scape that you're going to see in there. That's hopefully going to give me my slope and give me my structure to be able to build that bank of, well, lava stone I think it's going to be. Now next I'm going to add some of this scaper soil from Awazi. This is my new favourite soil actually. It comes in brown and black, so you can see this is the black version. I'm just going to pour, I think, a pile over that. I was going to put it in a bag, but I think because it's so small I think I'll regret putting it in a bag, because I think I'll be hard to find. Hard to find? Hard to hide. So yeah, I'm going to pour that over, create that hillside, and then we can start putting rock work in there. So now the substrate's in with that nice slope on it. What I'm going to be doing is using this black lava stone, if it'll focus on that. I really like this stuff. It's been a while since I've been able to get this. So what I'm thinking is it's going to sort of all bank up. Now I've got 3 or 4 types of plant that I want to put in there maybe. Might be end up in 2, but yeah, we'll see. But what I'm thinking is it's just going to build up and it's just going to sort of be coming down in 3 or 4 channels down through. So this is going to be a bit of a time lapse of me getting the scape wrong several times until I'm happy with it. So let's roll that. So I actually just realised that most of the footage, because there's no light on it, was actually really tricky for you guys to see. So yeah, I've just put my little ONF Flat Mini on here, so you can see how like little smart light unit it is. There is an app to run this one as well, which I'll break out in a minute. Like I said, I'll do a full review on that. I have filmed a little unboxing of the base plate and stuff, so yeah, you might get a bit of an unboxing, but mostly it'll just be telling you how cool and good this light unit is. But now you can see the slope and everything that's going on, and the doggo, a vinegar spray that I was just cleaning the glass with. I'm going to use some of this, and I've got some bigger bits down the bottom. I don't know if I'll need the bigger bits, to be fair, but I'm going to use them and try and get the sort of shape that I want out of this, with then all these channels of different coloured plants coming down through it, I think. So off camera I might have just had a slight change of heart. I just found this root whilst out looking in my garage. That was from well, I've never used it before actually. It was going to be for an old tank, but I'm really liking how that fits in. It was bigger, I just snapped it in half to fit it in, and may have done a little bit of pruning, but I'm really liking that. And I'm thinking this, with now the lava stone, the black lava stone, trim some of these roots out so that I've not got as much, maybe give me 2 gaps to get the lava stone in, and then see where I get to. So yeah, I'm going to do a little time lapse of seeing how this comes out, but I really think I'm going to be using this route now. So there we go, I've cut back a lot of the roots. So I've got a little pile here, quite a big pile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the rocks in to a few different key areas. Now I'm worried I've not got enough foreground plants, because I know I bought a lot of tall plants, but I'm going to place some rocks in some key areas, get it sort of built up in there, and then I might use some of these twigs to just glue down over to create the root sort of structure creeping over the lava stone maybe. This was really not the plan for this tank, but I'm quite liking it. Yeah, I'm really liking how that's turning up. So I've got the bucket of lava stone down on the floor here. So that's the black lava. So yeah, I think that should work really well in contrast to this. I was actually going to place sand in here, but I'm really liking the look of the soil now. So, well, I can play by ear. I can pour sand in there in a minute if I want to, but I'm going to place some rocks and see where we get to. It's come out really nice. So just a few little accents of lava stone. I've got some Rotala that will hopefully go up round the back here. Yeah, and then I'm thinking just I'll fill in these gaps with the black sand that I've got. And I really like that. What I'm going to do now actually is I've got loads of bits and pieces of these twigs left here. And what I think I'm going to do with these is strategically position some sort of over the tops of these lava stones and sort of growing around them, hopefully. I think that's the plan. So I'm going to get some of them glued in, or see if I can. And hopefully that will be the hardscape finished. It's really simple, but I quite like that. I'm quite enjoying the simple nature of that. Right, so I've just added a few little accent roots, just sort of over here and here, just to give it a little bit more like that root's grown around those rocks. I'm really enjoying that, really like that. So now my hardest decision is whether to put gravel in there. But I think I'm going to. I've got sand, so I think I'm going to pop sand in there, get that filled up. And hopefully then I can have a look at what plants I've got. I've definitely bought the wrong plants. This is my first one at home. It's much easier when you're in the shop with MD and you've got your pick of everything in the shop. But yeah, I'm really liking that. It's looking cool. Right, I'm going to pour some sand in. I'm going to go for it. So there we are. Now I've added the sand. The lava stone blends in quite well to this sand, which is a little bit annoying, but I can promise you there's still the pieces up here and here and here, and when they get wet they actually show up a little bit more, so I'm hoping that that will shine through. But I'm really happy with that hardscape. It's come out really cool. I think that's going to look really good once it's planted up. Like I said, first attempt at a bowl, so I think it's going all right. I think it looks okay. Now, plants. So I've picked up 4. I've got 1 more that I was going to put in the other tank, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go Alternanthera. That one might not go in here because I've never had much luck with that. Yeah, I've got, what's that one? Indica Green, or Indica Bonsai, sorry. Wallichi and Rotala Hra. Now, obviously, they're all big stem plants, so I've got to pick which ones I'm going to plant in around the back. I do want it quite full, but yeah, I'm going to go sort of at the back here, and then probably bring it down into the sides. So I might go Renicky Mini, Indica, and then Wallichi. Why not? I've got them. I've got to use them now. So let's plant it up and see where we get to. I always say, so see where we get to. I know where we're going to get to. It's going to be planted up in a minute. That's what's going to happen. I think I'm going to spray it with water first, though, just to get it a bit damp. Okay, so my thought of the lava stone standing out from the gravel actually blends in more when it's wet, which is cool and a bit weird in the same respect. I can't work out if I quite like it. So, yeah, I think it'll be cool once it's done. I love the orange of that root. I know it'll go dark over time, but that sort of spider's web foot sort of thing that's coming out and sort of reaching out into the bowl is really cool. It's my first time using these. Got my trusty tweezers, so I'm going to go and wash all the goo off the bottom of them because they've got the gel in them. So I've got to wash all the gel off the bottom and then separate them all up and, yeah, get it planted. Right, I have just opened up, excuse the super glue, I have just opened up 3 of the pots from Tropica. Now seriously, if that focuses, the amount of stems you get in these pots. I've never used them before. So, well, I've used them in the shop a few times, but it's always been with colleagues and I've never really paid attention. But seriously, you get like hundreds of stems. I've not even opened this one yet. I'm thinking that might be a bit much for that already. But I'm going to plant this up. I can't decide whether to go split planting or colour clumps. I can't work it out yet in my head. But I'm going to plant this up and see how far I get. But I might not need that many. Honestly, Tropica, amazing work. Like, these pots are insane how much you get in there. Few things have changed in this build. We're now using Alternanthera as a carpeting plant, supposedly. We've got Wallichi in the back, and we've got this one, which is Indica Bonsai. So, yeah, obviously the wood took me a bit off course in the start of it anyway, and then the amount of plants that come in these little Tropica pots have taken me off course as well. So, yeah, I'm mildly happy with it. You know, for my first one, I'm happy with it. So we'll see how it matures. Now I've got to get it into position, which is behind me. So I'm going to move it, not on camera, because if I drop it, that will be game over. So I'm going to move it, get it in position, and then we're going to fill it up. As you can see, it's a little bit murky, but what I can see through the murkiness, I'm actually really liking. I think this is going to look cool. Once all these plants settle in and grow up a little bit, it'll be, yeah, it'll look better. But the murk should go, sorry, my surface skimmer's just gone mental next to me, but the murk should go in a couple of days and it should look a little bit better. Ta-da! So there it is. So this was meant to be, I think, a week update because of flu and colds and horribleness in the household. I think this is about a 2.5 week update now. So all the plants, well no, actually, tell a lie, 2 out of the 3 plants settled in really, really well. So this Alternanthera here, mini at the front, settled in really, really well. The Wallichi, Rotala Wallichi at the back, has done amazingly, loving those colours and that real fine sort of spikes that you're getting to the leaves. The only one that didn't is I had Rotala Indica Bonsai here and here. That didn't like the cold, I don't believe. I think that was the issue, was the way that it sort of exhibited its stress and the way that it melted a little bit. Don't think it liked the cold, but moved it into a warmer aquarium that I've got upstairs that's a bit of a holding tank, and it's settled in really nicely. So that's doing well upstairs, but just didn't like the cooler water of this unheated bowl, weirdly. But yeah, these Tropical 1-2 grows, I used obviously 3 pots in here, and it's grown in really, really well. I do like these plants. I didn't realise, 1, how much you get in there, and 2, how quickly they grow. You know, like I say, it's only a little bowl, but that the Rotala at the back and the Alternanthera has filled in really well. And this is Storigan. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but yeah, that's settled in quite nicely over the course of I think it's been in about a week and a half, so it's not been in too long, but it's settled in really, really nicely. So yeah, all in all, the plants have done really, really well, and I can't sort of, well, praise them enough. They have been nice little pots. So I got that one ready for another scape. I bought a little weeping moss as well. That's going to be for a better scape. Hopefully upstairs, that's going to be a nice little video. So yeah, it's looking really, really good. So the main reason for setting up this bowl was the ONF Flat Mini light unit. Now, I will do a future review video on this light unit. They've got a couple of other ones. I've got the big one, still sat in a box down there, that I've got some plans for. Maybe, well anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, hopefully going to go into that, or get that light unit set up at a later date. But this little ONF Mini light unit has been fantastic. I always struggle with red plants and getting the colours out of Rotala like that. You know, trying to get the colours out of them, and it's really not a hard scape. I've done, you know, substrate fertiliser, just the Oazi, what's it called, Scaper soil or whatever it's called. Put that in the bottom. Nothing else too exciting in there really. I might have squirted some liquid fertilisers, done a couple of little water changes, but yeah, really, it's just grown the plants so well. That ONF light unit is amazing, so I'm really excited to get using the bigger one. And maybe getting another one of these little minis for another project, but that'll be for when my studio is set up. Exciting times, but yeah, really chuffed with how it's come out, and I can't praise this light unit enough. It's not got many settings in it, you can't change the colour of it and anything like that, but with results like this, why do you need to? The light unit does, well, the light unit grows the plant. You don't want it to do anything else, you don't want any of the other settings. It does what it says on the tin, so yeah, really excited to use some more of their products in the future. As always, thanks for watching. I've been your host, Fish Shop Matt. Don't know what I'm going to do next. Hopefully recover from this cold. Fingers crossed. So, see you in the next one.